Kogarashi aids an elderly couple by protecting them from a yukai, and then inquires about the route to Yuragi-Inn. Once he arrives at the inn, he promptly enters the hot spring bath and is surprised to discover that the apparition is, in fact, a girl upon seeing her unclothed. With a bucket, she accidentally knocks him down before rendering him unconscious. Upon regaining consciousness, he encounters the innkeeper, Chitose Nakai, a inebriated woman named Nanko Areabaki, a dangerous girl named Saguri Ameno, and a cat girl by the name of Yaya Fushiguro. Upon returning to his room, he makes the revelation that the ghost is his roommate and goes by the name of Yana Yunakana. Despite his attempts, he is unable to banish her and becomes determined to assist her in moving on. The subsequent day, an unfamiliar individual enters his room while he is away and endeavors to forcibly expel Yana. However, upon hearing Yana's retort, Kogarashi intervenes, supporting her and triumphing over the unidentified psychic. Kogarashi discovers that Yana's poltergeist abilities become active during her sleep, frequently leading to him waking up in awkward circumstances each morning. He also learns that the inhabitants are capable of perceiving Yana, which prompts him to doubt their true identities. When the exorcists from the Guden clan attempt to expel them, the residents unveil their genuine natures and powers while successfully fending off the attackers. Subsequently, due to a series of misunderstandings, Kogarashi must protect himself from eviction. He emerges victorious, although an accident ensues, resulting in yet another embarrassing predicament. Yana awakens to discover Kogarashi's absence. According to Chitose, he has gone to attend his high school's opening ceremony. Yana also decides to visit the school alongside Kogarashi. Unfortunately, she remains invisible to everyone. Curious, Yana attempts to inspect the skirt of the class's most beautiful girl, Shizaki Miyazaki. However, when Kogarashi intervenes, it appears as if he flipped Shizaki's skirt, causing a misunderstanding among their classmates. During the class introductions, Kogarashi openly proclaims himself as a psychic, though everyone interprets it as a joke. After school, Shizaki seeks Kogarashi's assistance, revealing that the stuffed toys in her home are exhibiting autonomous movement. Kogarashi manages to apprehend the culprit, a 10-year-old Tanuki girl named Shigeraki Koyazu, driven by envy of Shizaki's bust. Taking responsibility, Kogarashi aids Koyazu in relocating to Yuragi-Inn. In gratitude, Shizaki presents Kogarashi with cookies the following day, solidifying their friendship. Saguri is a member of the Shoma Ninja Army, a nocturnal group dedicated to eradicating malevolent yukai. She receives the mission to eliminate a yukai that exclusively preys on couples. Seeking assistance, she requests Kogarashi to accompany her. The yukai employs a smoke screen that disintegrates fabric, causing the targeted couples to lose their clothing. Kogarashi dispels the smoke, enabling Saguri to deliver the decisive blow, resulting in their triumph over the yukai. The subsequent day, the occupants of Yuragi-Inn learn that Chitose will be absent for a few days, attending a hot spring association meeting. In response, everyone agrees to take turns preparing meals, but their attempts result in chaos, except for Kogarashi, who was taught by a possessed spirit how to grill fish. After sampling Kogarashi's fish, Yaya begins to shadow him, even following him into the bath. After enduring a beating from her, Kogarashi discovers that she craves another taste of the grilled fish. In response, he prepares more and takes it to her, only to find that she feeds it to her cat god, explaining that she desires her deity to savor the dish. Subsequently, Yaya intermittently continues to accompany Kogarashi. Shizaki's curiosity about Yana prompts Kogarashi to devise a solution, enabling them to communicate through written notes. This method allows them to converse during their class. Amidst the lessons, Shizaki inquires about Yana's place of residence. Yana reveals that both she and Kogarashi cohabit. Learning this, Shizaki becomes flustered and creates a disturbance, resulting in her being penalized by the teacher to organize materials after class. Yana comes to Shizaki's aid, and as a gesture of gratitude, Shizaki takes off her school uniform, permitting Yana to examine it. Awkwardly, Kogarashi enters the room to find them in a compromising situation. Later, they convene on the school rooftop, where Yana displays her school uniform to them. Upon their return home, Kogarashi discovers that Nanko is a mangaka and offers assistance to complete her manga before the looming deadline. Surprisingly, Kogarashi realizes that despite Nanko's drinking habit, she abstains from alcohol while working. Yet, once she hands her work to her editor, Rui Haneshima, she reverts to her drinking habits. When Kogarashi and Yuuna depart for school, Chitose disguises herself in a school uniform and slips away, intent on keeping her middle school attendance a secret. As she descends the stairs, she coincidentally encounters Kogarashi and Yuuna, who are returning due to Kogarashi forgetting his gym uniform. Employing her powers, she eludes their notice and proceeds to her own school. There, she joyfully enjoys time with her companions and later hangs out with them. Confronted by delinquents attempting to approach her and her friends, she employs her abilities to fend them off only to be rescued by Kogarashi. Successfully concealing herself from Kogarashi once again, she resumes her role as the innkeeper and greets Kogarashi upon his return home. On the following day, Kogarashi proposes the idea of addressing Yuuna's lingering regrets. However, Yuuna is unable to recall any such memories. To remedy this, Chitose orchestrates a setup, arranging for them to go on a date to the newly opened hot spring, Yuuna. Although they embark on the date, their interactions are hampered by the fact that Yuuna is a ghost. Despite Kogarashi's efforts to help her fulfill her regret, their endeavors prove unsuccessful. After they accidentally slide together and he loses consciousness, Kogarashi awakens in the waiting lounge. Subsequently, they proceed to bathe together, during which Yuuna advises him not to exert himself excessively and expresses her desire to visit the hot spring again, this time on a proper date. Yuuna assists Shigaraki with her initial errand while Ryuga and Oboro are in the midst of searching for a suitable spouse for Ryuga when they come across them. Ryuga witnesses Yuuna's poltergeist abilities, leading him to declare her as his bride. Subsequently, he whisks her away to his castle. At the castle, Ryuga has Yuuna participate in various cosplay outfits. During this time, Shigaraki locates Kogarashi and discloses the entire situation to him. In an attempt to rescue Yuuna, Kogarashi, Saguri, and Shigaraki infiltrate the castle. While Saguri and Shigaraki proceed, Kogarashi intentionally gets apprehended by the guards to serve as a distraction. While serving as a diversion, Kogarashi holds Ryuga in check, allowing Saguri and Shigaraki to stealthily enter the castle in an attempt to rescue Yuuna. However, their progress is halted by Oboro's assault. Thanks to Yuuna's assistance, Shigaraki manages to evade the attack. In contrast, Oboro defeats Saguri and apprehends both her and Yuuna, presenting them before Ryuga. In a surprising turn of events, Ryuga decides to wed both Yuuna and Saguri. When Yuuna attempts self-sacrifice for the sake of the other's safety, Kogarashi steps in, triggering a confrontation with Ryuga. This confrontation agitates Ryuga, leading to a forceful kick towards Kogarashi, sending him hurtling into a mountain, seemingly lifeless. Contrary to expectations, Kogarashi rises, delivering a powerful punch that sends Ryuga soaring into the sky. In the aftermath, Oboro grapples with her master's defeat, launching an assault on Kogarashi. Timely intervention by Nanko halts her attack. Subsequently, Kogarashi opts for a non-violent resolution, culminating in their departure with Yuuna. The following morning, Kogarashi awakens to find Oboro beside his sleeping mat, imploring him to father a child with strong warrior qualities to ensure the future of the Ryuga clan. Shizaki made a commitment to Yuuna that she would visit Yuragi Inn over the upcoming weekend. Upon arriving at the inn, she experiences some trepidation due to its haunted reputation. However, she consoles herself with the notion that the ghost might actually be Yuuna. Upon opening the door, her sight is met with the image of Oboro attempting to seduce Kogarashi while perched atop him. Kogarashi departs for his part-time job, assuring Shizaki of his return the following day. Yuuna proceeds to introduce Shizaki to everyone, and the introductions are reciprocated. This exchange triggers envy within Saguri, who perceives Shizaki as possessing greater femininity compared to herself. Notably, Shizaki displays superior culinary skills and successfully tames Yaya. Being an admirer of Nanko's manga, Shizaki is invited by Nanko to spend the night. During the night, Yuuna, Shizaki, and Shigaraki share a room and engage in diverse conversations. The topic of romantic interests arises, but the discussion does not go smoothly. Subsequently, they practice cosplay techniques to allure men. In the midst of the night, Shizaki awakens to find Yuuna positioned atop her and gently moves her aside. As she resumes her sleep, Kogarashi returns from work and rests beside Shiozaki. Oboro enters the scene, once again attempting to seduce Kogarashi. However, he asserts his commitment to reserving such actions for the one he loves and dismisses her advances. Shiozaki forms a positive impression of Kogarashi as a principled individual. Her departure takes place in the morning, preceded by a cautionary message to Yuuna regarding her behavior during sleep. The school intends to embark on a trip to the seaside. Yuragi-sou, Saguri's comrade in the Shoma ninja army, urges her to purchase a provocative swimsuit and persuades her to bring Kogarashi along. Using a fabricated story about a yukai appearing at the swimsuit store, she convinces Kogarashi to accompany them. The trio enters the shop, with the two girls trying on various swimsuits, while Kogarashi remains watchful for the purported yukai. Following their swimsuit selections, Kogarashi discovers the absence of any yukai. Once they arrive at the beach, everyone ventures into the water to swim. Curious, Kogarashi inquires with Yurura about the rumored sea yukai. Abruptly, tentacles emerge from the water, ensnaring the girls and rending their swimsuits. Responding swiftly, Kogarashi incapacitates the core of the yukai, defeating it. Despite his heroic actions, no one believes his psychic abilities. Consequently, Shiozaki and their group devise a plan involving a test of courage to validate his claims as a psychic. Paired together for the test of courage, Kogarashi joins forces with Shiozaki. Unfortunately, their attempt to validate Kogarashi's psychic claims falls flat. However, the situation takes a turn when two students inadvertently awaken a formidable yukai from slumber. Kogarashi intervenes, preventing the yukai from attacking the students. A conversation ensues among the girls regarding an upcoming cheek-to-cheek dance, followed by Yuuna's hesitant attempt to ask Kogarashi to be her escort. Though she falters midway, Kogarashi deduces her intention and invites her to dance with him. Upon their return from the trip, Kogarashi, Saguri, and Yaya shift their focus to exam preparations. Meanwhile, Oboro collaborates with Shigaraki to concoct a love potion aimed at making Kogarashi fall for her. However, a twist occurs as Saguri accidentally consumes the potion, leading her to develop affection for Kogarashi. This results in an awkward scene where she places Kogarashi's head between her breasts. The potion's effects wear off suddenly, leaving Saguri embarrassed and prompting her to seclude herself in her room. As summer vacation arrives, everyone departs for their respective homes, leaving only Kogarashi, Yuuna, Nanko, and Oboro as the remaining residents. A turn of events occurs when Nanko receives a call, notifying her that her assistant has fallen ill. Consequently, she seeks assistance from the remaining group members, offering a trip to Okinawa in exchange for their help. Upon completing their manga-related tasks, they head to the beach. There, Nanko, Oboro, and Yuuna persuade Kogarashi to apply sun oil to their backs. An unexpected incident propels Kogarashi soaring into the sky, during which he observes a ghost standing atop a cliff. Investigation reveals that the ghost is waiting for her deceased lover, representing her lingering regret. Determined to aid them, Kogarashi and Yuuna orchestrate a reunion between the two lovers, enabling them to find peace and ascend to the afterlife. In a subsequent conversation, Kogarashi seeks details about Yuuna's past life, but she is unable to recall anything. Nonetheless, he vows to bring happiness into her existence and pledges to eventually help her fulfill her unresolved regrets. As the vacation period concludes, life resumes its usual routine, marked by the familiar exchange of good morning blows.
I hope you liked the recap. If so, don't forget to subscribe and like it.